special teams, boy, talk about saving the best for last, Don. This could be the best unit in the country. Again, LeVar has done a phenomenal job. No surprise, he's been up for some other positions. I know he interviewed with an NFL team reportedly over the last year, but he has stuck it out at Iowa. Now his son, Mason Woods, is on the roster, so we'll see how that all plays out over the coming years. But that unit's really strong with the return of Drew Stevens really leading the charge. I think maybe the biggest question, I know people are going to chuckle when I say this, but it is an important position on the field. Tyler Kluver would attest to this. Long snapper. They actually brought in a long snapper out of Boston College. Sounds like it's been up and down from Ike Speltz. So
we lost one of the best ever, right?
They did. Luke Elkin, who's got a chance to be an NFL long snapper. So I'm not joking. That might be the biggest question on special teams. They're going to be strong at kicker with Drew. Don't be surprised if he gets a 60-yard attempt this year. They're going to be strong at punter. Second year with Rhys Dakin. He was really good as a freshman. He'll be better as a sophomore. And, Holder, I'd have to think, and maybe I'm just hung up on this. Don, you're a former quarterbacks coach. You've got they're going to have 6 quarterbacks on the roster. Why can't you get one of them to be a gosh darn Holder?
Well, here's another reason to do that.
Yeah, I know the reason. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's called a fake field goal.
I like Tyler said, well, the other team scouts that. I get that. They're going to scout that. They're going to know that he's a quarterback. But, okay, but it's another.
So what?
Yeah, so what? Like, it's another weapon to have out there just in case of a fake. I just don't know, like Torrey Taylor holding. What purpose does that serve when it's been on record that he's not real comfortable throwing the football? It sounds like Rhys is a better passer than Torrey was, but they're both Australian punters. Why can't you have a Ryan Fitzgerald?
Absolutely.
Don. Do you have Ryan?
Got to be a guy that's on the bus, right? That's
Do you have Ryan Fitzgerald's phone number? Do you have Pat Fitzgerald's phone number?
I do not.
Somebody
but get in touch with him if I need to.
Get in touch with Pat. Tell him to get Kirk. And I'm going to ask that question at Media Day here in a little over a week. Is there anybody in that quarterback room that did hold in high school?
All of them have held at some point. But right now we haven't been totally focused on those guys. The 2 we have right now have done a really good job.
Can Ty throw?
Yeah, I think Ty can throw. Rhys can throw. Zach Lutmer can throw. Fitzgerald can throw. All the guys that have worked as a holder for us. If you can't throw, it's going to be really hard to be a holder.
Let me remind you, that key game over at Illinois years ago, I think it was 1991. Remember that game? We're up 28-7, and Illinois finally stops us. This is a great Illinois defense.
I was born in '96, Don.
What happens then, Corey? You know what happens. A fake field goal. That's Hayden Fry's greatest call ever. And why? Because we were ahead 28-7 at the time. But Coach Fry was aware Illinois is going to be difficult to stop all day long. We need another touchdown, not a field goal. Incidentally, that fake field goal was thrown to Matt Whitaker. Matt Whitaker right now is our ambassador to NATO.
Oh,
that young man, we have every reason to be very proud of him.
Yeah, amazing.
I just know that Torrey was a really good holder. I'm pretty sure Torrey's going to be the holder for the Bears too, right?
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if he's not.
Yeah, I'm not averse to it. I when's the last time they've carried 6? And maybe they've had years where they've had 6 guys on the roster at quarterback, but basically 5 scholarship guys, whether Stratton's technically on scholarship or not, plus a walk-on.
Incidentally, the guy that threw that fake field goal against Illinois was Jim Hartley, our backup quarterback.
And I did bring this up to Tyler Kluver the other day, Don, because it was a stretch between 2017 and 2019. There were tons of fakes just everywhere. Whether you talk about the pass over the shoulder to Sam Brinks or the pass to AJ Epinesa or the shovel pass from the long snapper to TJ Hawkinson who runs in around for a touchdown. They all worked. And all of a sudden they were gone. And Tyler says, yeah, LeVar's right. Like, he's not trying to, tongue-in-cheek you here. It's just the look that they've had. They haven't had the right look. And I've said, Don, I challenge that a little bit. I can't imagine that they had all these looks for 2.5 years, and then all of a sudden they've had almost none for the last 5 years.
Incidentally, Corey, I have to tell you this. This is hysterical. You're aware of the fake field goal where the holder starts to put the ball in and flips it over his shoulder, right?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah.
We did this, and it was successful. We showed a field goal attempt, and our holder flipped the ball under his leg to the kicker for a key first down. I've never seen it done before or since. But the beauty of that, they don't even see the ball up in the air. It worked and it worked well. We practiced it about 4,000 times before we did it, but it did work.
How do you feel about on kick returns, 3 guys converging and then all spreading out and having to guess who has the ball?
You've been watching some old highlight films from.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel? Or what about what Kansas did a few years ago where you had a guy, was it the return guy that laid down because he laid down in the blue end zone to try to camouflage? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So you can get pretty cool with some of these trick plays, or they're not really exotics. I mean, they are, I guess. But when I hear the term exotics, I think of exotics offensively. Those are just trick plays, right? We're just talking about trick plays.
Right.
So, yeah, and like I said to Tyler the other night, that may be the fact, the truth, but I think I buy into more of the notion that, hey, 2020 was a weird COVID year, and then 21, 22, 23, they just had such crap offenses that maybe Kirk just did not feel comfortable rolling the dice with special teams. But now in year 2 of a new offense, maybe he will, and we'll see the return of those vaunted LeVar fakes that we saw in 2017 and 18.
Maybe so. Carol enjoys being entertained. On the other hand, they don't work.
Yes. And of course,
like we need to be reminded that they didn't work.
Yeah. We can't forget about the return game. One of the best, the best last year in the country, Kaden Wetjen, back for a super senior year, and his health is going to be obviously really important as well, whether he plays on offense or not.
You know what I love about Kaden? He understands, Corey, when you possess the ball, you've got to hit it 100 miles an hour. He does that. And that's what gives him a chance to break one all the way. He reminds you a little bit of Tim Dwight. Or maybe some people say he reminds you more than a little bit of Tim Dwight. Tim Dwight still has the definite edge. No offense, Kaden, but Tim Dwight's even better.
Isn't it amazing what LeVar Woods has been able to do with return guys? Like Charlie Jones, Cooper DeJean,
Yep.
Kaden Wetjen. Charlie Cooper and Kaden are electric.
Yeah.
You know, Amir Smith-Marset was really good too. He was a really good kick return guy.
Incidentally, that's a stat we do keep track of. I've charted it for the last 10 years now. If you score a touchdown on defense, you win 75% of the time. And there have been a lot of touchdowns scored over the last 10 years in the Big Ten. If you score a touchdown in the kicking game, you win 77% of the time. It's 2% higher if you do it in the kicking game.
There you go.
So it doesn't guarantee a win, but it's certainly
reason
helps.
to throw in a trick play here and there this year, Don.